Not as much as I'd like to, but yeah, I get a couple 15, 20 minutes in the shop a day, keep the chops up.
We talk about the myriad of ways drummers can aspire to be professional musicians, as it is the dream of so many students that we have on Drum Channel. Obviously, you can go the educational route, you can become a teacher, you can become a player, hopefully get with a famous band, and you can also be an innovator and start a drum company. All those things coming together allows you to do what you've probably wanted to do all your life, right?
I don't know. I think I really just stumbled into it, but I agree. It's the combination of all of those things coming together and a little bit of luck.
Yeah, I don't think anybody maybe wakes up thinking I'm going to be a drum manufacturer, but when it does happen, it definitely keeps you into drumming, which is I know where your heart is.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. It's all about drums and drummers, and it's such a fascinating art form.
How do you get the idea? I know specifically we're going to talk about the titanium snare drum. How did the idea come about in terms of finding that substrate to make a drum out of?
Well, I'll try and make this a short story. I was in Australia. I'd lived there for a year, and it was when mountain bikes were just coming online, and there were some titanium parts on my bike. A handle, a bar end, and it fell off, hit the ground, and I had no idea they were making parts out of titanium, but the sound was like, what is that? And it was so thin and light, and I thought, I wonder if you can make a drum shell out of that. So when I got home, went down to Boeing Surplus and got some titanium and found somebody who could weld it up, and it sounded pretty good.
It's amazing where the greatest ideas come from.
Broken bicycle.
Let's take a look at the drum. And, talk to us a little bit about it.
Well, this isn't a titanium drum, but this is a very sort of a special drum, and one of the areas that I've been trying to focus on is doing special product drums. A couple of years ago at the NAMM show, I stumbled across a guitar maker. His name is James Trussard, very famous French guitar maker. And he has this interesting process of engraving steel. And the guitars were just beautiful. And I could never play a guitar, but I looked at it, I thought, I'd like to buy one of those just to have it. And so I got talking to James and Rod there, and said, do you think you could do this on a flat piece of steel? Could we make a drum? And they were like, yeah. And I said, would you like to do a project together? And this is one of the end results. It's just a regular steel shell, which has a very different sound than titanium or stainless. And obviously it's a very unique looking drum. Some of the patterns are paisley and alligator, and the finishes range from 24 karat gold to rust. So
how thick is the material?
This is 16 gauge steel, same gauge as the stainless drum, so just a little bit thicker than the titanium. But it has a really different sound even than the stainless. For some reason, it seems to sound a little bit brighter. It has a bit more sibilance to it with the snares.
We can kind of keep this steady here. If you can zoom in on this a little bit, you can kind of notice, unlike brass drums, which are engraved but really etched, this is really taking away material to leave the design.
Yeah, it's a very it's a chemical process, and they have to watch it because I don't know what they're using. I don't know the secret, but it really can eat in very quickly. So, but the end result is pretty spectacular, I think.
And the throw-off that's on the drum?
Well, this is the R class, but we're just moving to a new. There's a new version that's coming out probably in February. The R4. It's a smaller, lighter, more compact version. Has a couple more features, and really excited about that. That's going to be available through Gibraltar, of course, and I guess the R4 has been arguably the world's best-selling OEM aftermarket throw-off. So I'm really happy.
And it does what a throw-off should do. It's totally smooth, totally quiet.
Yeah, it's it does exactly what it's supposed to do, and it looks kind of good. And
on your website, can they also see all of the products that you have available?
Yep, absolutely. I try and keep the Donette website as fresh as I possibly can, and also doing the a little bit more of the social networking things. I get, everybody's doing it. The YouTube, got some great videos on there. Stan Moore doing his drum. Just Danette and George Way artists that are sending me videos going, hey, look what I did. So it's good to have a place to see that, and on Facebook, and obviously starting to work more with Drum Channel.
Here on Drum Channel, under Industry in our entertainment page, we'll be doing a much more detailed interview with Ron, and also we'll have a lot of pictures and videos that you're talking about that we can fly in there. So you can not only look at the bottom of this page and click directly to his website so you can find out everything you'd want to know, but hear a little bit more and maybe a couple of shots up of the factory where you're putting these together.
My humble little factory.
Listen, that's all it takes, right? And you've been doing it, and you've been doing it for a long time. And congratulations, too, for all of the success and the innovation that you have had. You really are a visionary.
I'm sitting here with a visionary. I think Drum Channel is a fantastic venue, a great idea, and I think it holds lots of potential, and I'm glad I got in early on the ground floor, and I'm happy to be here. This is really great.
Thank you for your support, because again, it's our industry sponsors that make it possible for us to bring this all to you. And I thank you for helping us out, and I thank you for the drumming community for helping us out too. We're going to take it to the floor of the show, and we're going to be right back in just a couple of minutes.